I got these diamonds around my neck, they be glisten, cost the SRT. Shawty said that he be on this shit, but she be talking about me. Did it on my own, I had no help, all I had was me. Fell in love with rap, and I find out this shit ain't for the weak. I came up out that field, I want a meal. I start trap, ain't nobody ever gave me shit. Why I start stack, running up and down the field like a playing Mac. OG told me, tell him how you feel. I started rap, I've been making money, poppin' lists, now I've been on the curb. OG told me, tell him how you feel when you rap every verse. Now
my name is Shay. I'm from Prattville, Alabama. I'm an upcoming independent artist slash role model, entrepreneur, and actor. So yeah, y'all tap in with me. So pretty much love making music and content for a living. I'm very active on TikTok. You know, I'm always going live, doing battles, doing giveaways. And on the side, you know, I'm also running my own little roofing company. So, you know, chasing that 9 to 5, getting the roofs right now too. I would label myself more as an emo rock, kind of mixed in with the hip hop. Kind of got my own genre type of music, you know. I'm more of a lo-fi, kind of sad, down, but at the same time, I'm uplifting and hype and get you up out your seat. So I make all types of genres, you know. I fall into country, I like making, you know, R&B, soul, pretty much anything, and the way I feel depending on the beat that's playing is pretty much what I make. When I was a kid, you know, I was real inspired by the church. You know, I wanted to kind of get into the choir. You know, I thought it was pretty cool to actually want to be able to get on stage and play the piano, which is part of the first, you know, instrument I got tatted on me. As I got into it, you know, I really got into the whole, you know, category of singing and all, and really putting in the words. So I started really playing around into the choir, and got in with my youth leader. I actually met a Christian rap artist. He introduced me to the rap game, and it kind of went up from there. And as time went, you know, I just kind of fluctuated away from Christian rap and kind of came into my own genre of rap. You know, so now I've got this whole new me, which I call Shake. So I think y'all definitely gonna love it. I would definitely say Lil Peep was a big inspiration on me. Post Malone as well. I know back in the day I used to listen to a lot of Snoop Dogg, you know, so the whole era back then is just, to me, listening to music is kind of like it's a way that you can really express yourself at the same time, and you can kind of get people up and moving like a jingle. You know, there's just something about turning the crowd up and having people sing that little jingle, you know, that just gets me. So Snoop Dogg, what I definitely would say, was in the day one of my biggest inspirations. And I picked a lot of my inspiration up from the legend Johnny Cash. You know, watching him play, you know, is kind of what pushed me into getting into the choir, because he comes from a Christian background and eventually faded into his version of the blues. So kind of a similar story for real. I would like to work with I would say Post Malone. I'd also probably like to tap in and work with, I don't know, it's kind of hard. I mean, honestly, I think just like maybe Post Malone. I've always wanted to lock in with Lil Wayne, you know, I want to lock one in with the GOAT, you know, but other than that, that's probably pretty much about it, you know. I probably won't mind locking one in with like the Kid Laroi or Justin Bieber, you know, or probably tap in with like Polo G, you know, because I feel like I really fit into that era. Or, you know, like that Trippie Redd. I definitely lock in with Trippie Redd. I feel like we got that same type of music, except mine's just more of a southern kick, so. Man, if I had to say what city supports me the most, would definitely be Prattville, Alabama. Prattville definitely uplifts me. I mean, they almost treat me like I've already made it, which is very, very big blessing because I love the energy people give me. I love the inspiration people say that I give them. You know, I've met a lot of upcoming artists who are just like, yo man, you inspired me, you did it, I can do it, you know. So it's really cool coming from, like, I would call not a small town, but sort of big town, and being that guy that people are just inspired from, you know. I came from a small town with a big dream, and so far I'm accomplishing everything I've set my mind to. I definitely see myself locked in a couple of movies, I definitely know I'm gonna be locked in some series, and I'm gonna be that main character on the series or just that pop-up in there. I'm definitely gonna have my own label. I can see myself maybe an artist, but me going 2 years into this, I would definitely say I'd probably be on the road, doing a lot of shows, doing a lot of back-to-back tours, you know, networking, collabing with people. So I can definitely see myself on the go in every city, every state, non-stop, and for like 2 years. Probably for the next 2 years is what I'm gonna be doing, so. Yeah, if you want to lock in with me, you can just tap into 99thelabel@gmail.com, and you can also check them out on Instagram at 99thelabel. If you want to catch me on my Instagram too as well, it's @theofficial_Shake. You know, right now I am replying back to messages as it comes, but you know, like everybody says, the more you elevate, you eventually fade off to where you don't. So as of right now, you can jump in my DM on my Instagram, hit me up and lock a feature in. I said I normally, right now I'm normally charging about $1,000 for a feature, you know, and that comes with a hook, verse, or a hook and a verse. But if you're watching this video right now, anybody watching it, if you hit me up on my Instagram at @theofficial_Shake, and in the message you say Shake SRT, lock in an interview with me or lock in a collab with me, I'll do it for $500. And that either be a hook or a verse, not both. But I definitely do a hook or a verse for $500. So tap in with me. You know, I support everybody out there that's pushing me, everybody behind the scenes that's always commenting and you know, really put my name out there. You know, anybody that's watching me, you know, and sharing and talking about me, put my name and my songs in the right rooms. You know, I couldn't be who I am today if it weren't for y'all. You know, I look at fans more than just fans. To me, fans are my family. You know, so this is one big family. You know, and like I said, it's 99 the label because ain't nobody 100. So we got to do all this together. So I appreciate everybody tapping in and everybody showing love. And man, if it weren't for y'all, man, I don't know where I'd be. So I appreciate it. Shake.
See some shit throughout my life that got me feeling cursed. I really gotta turn around my life and get up off the purse. I slide, I just wanna ride. It's a do or die. Keep that fine, in case you wanna try. It's a homicide, I'm out my mind, but you know I'm fine. I've been on my grind, I'm in my prime. I do it for mine, all I do is shine. We gon' pull up in some armor, trust this shit look like some tank. When I walk inside this bitch, I'm on some shit that you can't think. You can't catch me in my section, probably sipping on my drink. Turned the shoebox to a mill and turned the mill into a bank. I got these diamonds around my neck, they be glisten, cost the SRT. Shawty said that he be on this shit when she be